I have so much information for you today. Let me get my notes out. Um, the reason why I'm so excited is because I just have a ton of information about wealth building. And if you don't know, that is my whole mission and my purpose is to introduce people from all walks of life to wealth building opportunities. And I have so much information and I have so much data for you here today that I'm super excited about it. And I don't know if it's too much information to pack in one session. So just kind of bear with me. Let me know. I might cut it off somewhere because I don't want to get too lengthy on you, but I have a ton of information. Just to recap though, I just wanted to recap on last week, we talked about different down payment assistance sources. So if you want to get into a home, if you want to begin to start being able to build wealth, you know, building wealth, the first step to building wealth in this country is by real estate. And money should not be a reason, or actually lack thereof, or resources or down payment should not be a reason why you cannot get into a home, because there is assistance out there. Um, if you have a job, if you've been on a job for 2 years, you should be able to own a home, no doubt. But that was what we talked about last week. So this week we are going to talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money. And I have a lot of information. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right in and get started. Hey Naomi, hey everybody, thank you guys for joining me. So the first thing I want to talk about is because there are so many and this has to do with growing your money. This has to do with investing, but it also disproportionately affects minority people, and that's student loans. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I was talking to someone just last week, and they had about $286,000 in student loans, and they only made about $30,000 a year. And so with them making $30,000 a year, $286,000 in student loans, their student loan debt monthly was more than half their monthly income. And so I just really want to encourage you all to think about how can you fund your college education without getting loans. And there's so many resources out there. There's so much information out there, and I think a lot of people just don't know, and because you don't know, you don't know. And but I want to encourage you to take advantage of some of the grants. There's Scully apps out there. There's the upward bound programs. I just do not want to see people, like, even for my daughter, my goal is to not have her go out into the world with $100,000 worth of debt. So we're getting grants, we're getting scholarships, and I'm also paying, but I'm paying a good portion of it out of my pocket because I don't want to see her go out into the world. So I'll talk about student loans on a later Ask Constance. Right now, we're going to get right into how to grow your money and not blow your money, okay? So the first thing I want to talk to you about is cutting the fat. What can you do in your everyday life to cut the fat? What can you do in your, gotta represent Catalyst. What can you do in your everyday life to cut the fat on things that you do and that you use every single day? Things that you haven't really thought about, right? So let's talk about your utility bills. So we're going to talk about cutting the fat. Then we're going to talk about revenue streams, multiple revenue streams. And then we're going to talk about how to invest them. So we got a lot of good stuff. Cutting the fat, multiple revenue streams, and then how to invest and grow your money. So I'm going to get to that growing your money because I know that you want to get there really quick. But let's talk about some cutting the fat. So let's talk about your utility bills, your utility, right? So for here, Northern California, we have what's called PG&E. And please, you guys, please share this with your people. We have PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric Company. There's different programs that they have to reduce your monthly bills. They have the CARE program. If your income is within a certain amount, they will actually give you a huge discount, I think maybe 30% a month on your PG&E bill. They also have what's called a home energy efficiency upgrade, where they come in and they install different energy efficient appliances and things in your home that will also save you on your gas and your electric bill, okay? And they'll do that for free. So sometimes you can get a washer, you can get a refrigerator, they'll come in, they'll put new lights, they'll do all kinds of stuff in your home that'll also help you to save money. So I want you to contact your utility company to see what types of programs they can have you to cut the fat, because I think that's what a lot of people need to do. Like around this time every year, end of the year, one of the things that one of the things that that I do is I look at all my bills and I say, okay, where can I cut the fat? What kind of money can I save? My PG&E bill, my utility bill, that's one of the ways. Okay, for your cable bill, how many people still have cable, and how many people are paying $200-300 a month for cable? Anybody? How many folks are paying like $200-300 a month for cable? With all of the technology that you have today, you should not be paying $200 or $300 a month for your cable bill. You got Roku, you got Fire Stick, you got Hulu, you got Netflix. There's so many different alternative forms. If you have the internet, you can get access to just about anything. And so what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm telling you right now is, how do you save money so that you can therefore start investing your money? So every little penny counts. If you can just scrape and those pennies, those dollars, they're gonna turn to hundreds of dollars that you're gonna save a month, that you're gonna start being able to invest. So I'm talking about the small stuff right now. And this is stuff that you can just take and you can start saving every month, okay? So your cable bill, start looking at alternative methods in order to save on cable. Like I said, your Fire Stick, you got Hulu, you can pay $9 a month. There's no reason why you should be paying $200 or $300 a month on your cable bill with everything that's out there, okay? Another is your car, okay? So if you've been working with me, and if you know anything about me, I'm enthralled a bit with credit. Credit is so extremely important because it opens the doors to so many things regarding wealth and wealth building. So if you've been on a journey to increase and improve your credit score, if you have a car payment, you may have had a high interest. Refinance that car. Golden One Credit Union, and there's a bunch of credit unions out there that you could have like a 6-something credit score and have a 1.99% interest rate. So if you're rocking a 6, 7, 10% interest rate on your car, I would work and work and work to get your credit score up so that you can get your interest rate down. That could be saving you hundreds of dollars a month on your car note. Hundreds a month on your car note. Just by saving on your interest rate. Okay? And that goes back to credit. So now if you need help with credit, my bookkeeping score, what you need to know to make your credit score grow, can help you get you pointed into the right direction. And then my wealth roadmap course can help you get you optimal credit. You can get up to 200 points on your credit, and then you can start taking advantage of these programs. So if your credit score, if you can increase your credit score, refinance your car. That could save you hundreds of dollars per month. Okay, and then let me see. Now let's talk about, okay, so those are just those are utilities. So let's credit cards. That's another thing. I always talk about credit cards. If you have higher interest rates, contact your credit card companies. Ask them to reduce your interest rate. They can say yes, they can say no, but it also can be the savings that you get every month. So again, let's go ahead and do a recap on cutting the fat. Utilities. I want you guys to look into your utility company to see which utility companies what programs they have that can help folks within your income level, or energy efficiency savings that they may have, so that it can save you every month, okay? So then I want you to start unplugging the utilities too. That could also save you. Cable. Let's look at some alternative methods to your cable. Now, every time I call Comcast, and I'll say, hey, I'm getting ready to close my Comcast account, they'll automatically have a special going on. So call Comcast or call DirecTV or whomever, and either let them know that you're getting ready to leave, or go ahead and leave and start using some of these alternative methods and start saving hundreds of dollars a month on your cable. Credit cards. Your credit cards. Save on your interest rate. Save interest money on your interest rate on your credit cards if your credit is up to par. Okay, and then on your car note, please look into refinancing your car note, getting that payment down. All right, now let's talk about multiple revenue streams. I know this is what you guys want to hear about. Okay, so I talked about the basic stuff, some basic things about cutting the fat with your everyday stuff, but let's also talk about multiple revenue streams. Okay, now the Bible talks about you should have 7 multiple revenue streams. 7 revenue streams. So if you are just working a job, that is just not enough. You need to do a little bit more in order to have a little bit more so that you can start investing so that you can begin to leave a legacy for your family, because that's what this is all about, okay? So let's talk about different side hustles, different ways to make more money. What are some side hustles that you could do that can incorporate extra money into your monthly money? Okay, a couple of things. The first thing you could do is you can change your pay scale, or you could change your taxes on your paycheck so that you can stop giving Uncle Sam a loan. So what you're essentially doing every year, every pay period, when the IRS is taking money out of your taxes, they're taking a loan. You're giving them a loan and you're not getting anything for it. So why don't you change your taxes to whatever it is that you claim, okay? And then you start getting your money up front, and then that extra money that you're getting, so say now you're getting an extra $200 or $300 a month on your paychecks. Now you put that in a high yielding savings account. And I'm going to talk about the high yielding savings account in a little bit. But I just want you to think about that. Think about how to bring more money back into yourself. Because a lot of times people think that, oh, I get my taxes, it's January, February, that's free money. That's not free money. That's money that you are loaning to the government, and they are not paying you any interest on it. Keep your own money, be disciplined, and start investing in different vehicles, okay? So let's talk about Fiverr. Has anybody used Fiverr? Like if you use Fiverr. If you have any type of talent, folks are making a grip on Fiverr. You can, they have a lot of different graphic designers, things like that. Be a freelancer on Fiverr. eBay, you can go on there and start selling some stuff on eBay. Amazon, people are making a ton of money by selling products on Amazon, okay? Upwork, if you've ever heard of Upwork, if you're a freelance writer, if you're an editor, things like that. When I wrote my book, I used Upwork to edit. I used somebody from Upwork to edit my book. So Upwork, if you're a freelance writer or something like that, that will be a great place for you to go in there and start earning some extra money, okay? Another thing is, how many times have you thought about an invention or an idea or something that you thought of that you thought, man, this will be a great invention, or this will be a great money maker, and then you never did anything with it. You sat on it, and then a couple years later, you seen somebody else did it, and they're making millions of dollars. That's what happened to my friend Chris Johnson. He created the ramen bowls, the top ramen bowl maker. Has anybody heard of Chris Johnson? He made the top ramen maker. So basically, he was in college, and he said, you know, when you're a hungry college student, like my daughter's in college, all she's eating cup noodles right now, right? So he was eating top ramen, and he said, boy, when I put this top ramen in the microwave, it does not have the same consistency as when I put it on a pot. I'm gonna create a bowl so I could put some top ramen in the microwave so it could have the same consistency. And he did it. And this guy, Chris, is not as old as me. He's in his 30s, maybe his mid-30s. He's making millions of dollars. He's in stores throughout the world by this one simple idea that he thought of, that he said, you know, this would be a good idea. And he just did it. So think about some of the ideas that you've had in your mind. The internet, you can get a freaking PhD on the internet. You can learn you don't have to even go to college. If there's any kind of passion that you have in your life, that some things that you want to do, you can learn how to do it from the internet. Wikipedia, Google, you can figure everything out from there. So think about some things that maybe you've been passionate about, and create and invent something, and just get the word out, because like I said, the internet is free. Have you thought about maybe getting a side hustle with Uber or Lyft? I know people who are making $1,500 to $2,000 a week on Uber and Lyft after work. They go to Uber, they have a job they start driving for Uber or Lyft. All you need is a good license and a little bit of insurance and a card that'll pass the test, but you can actually make some extra money on Uber and Lyft. Real estate investments, you know, the money, especially in California real estate, but I've talked about this before. You can get into a home with as little as 3.5% down. I had a client, it was actually Shaniqua introduced a client to me, and we just helped her close. She had one duplex. She just bought a fourplex with 3.5% down. She's going in there and she's cash flowing. So she's making an extra few every month, mailbox money. And while she's making that money, she's paying her mortgages on both of her properties, and the equity is growing at the same time. I mean, you cannot beat that. Real estate investment is another one. Okay, get a real estate license. Say you don't want to do a whole lot of real estate, but you want to sell, real estate on the side. I don't really particularly like hiring part-time real estate agents to work for Catalyst, because I think it can be a full-time job, but it's something that if you want to sell a house every 6 months or once a year or something like that, what's an extra $10,000 to sell a house? What's an extra $5,000? How can that help you start your investment portfolio? Get a real estate license. We have a school at catalystrealestateschool.com. Sign up for it, get your license, and then just start doing it on the side. Do it as a side hustle, and then you may want to do it full time. But that's also a great source of income. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's talk about swag bucks. Get paid to take surveys. Did you know that there's a company out there that will pay you to take surveys? It's called swagbucks.com. SWAGBUCKS, and they will pay you to take a survey. Okay. If you're a photographer, I know Chris, you were on here. I think you're on here. You can get paid for your stock photos. Some of the beautiful pictures that you're doing if you have a camera, anybody. Did you know you can get paid to take stock photos? Yeah, it's crazy. Become a virtual assistant. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely insane. You have a little extra time on your hand, you can market yourself as a virtual assistant and get paid, and you're just working on the internet. Okay. You like to cook? Do catering on the side. That's going to be a way where you can get some extra income. Okay. And you could sell your food online, and you don't have to really have a brick and mortar. Need extra money? Do some garage sales. Mystery shopping is also a good one where you can earn some extra money. There is actually an online called Rent a Friend. There's some lonely people out there that just need a friend, and it's platonic friendships only, but you can actually get paid to be somebody's friend. Is that crazy? That is crazy. Men, donate some sperm. You can get some extra money if you donate some sperm. You can. You might have a few hundred babies out there, but you can actually get some extra money from donating sperm. Women and men, you could donate plasma. If you have extra real estate, you can do Airbnb. If you have an extra room, you can rent a room, get a part-time job. But there are so many things that you can do to earn some extra income so that you can start investing. Okay, because my ultimate goal is to have people close the wealth gap. Okay, and there's going to be, they said in the year 2050 that the wealth gap between the majority and minority is going to be so huge. It's going to be the wealth gap particularly for African Americans is going to be zero. The wealth for African American community is going to be zero. That's pretty bleak. So my goal is for you to make these studies out of a lie. And there's so many different ways that you can do it, okay? So now that you have information, oh, Naomi says, I teach English online. Boom. I bet she's making all kind of money there. Tamika says she'll be a friend for a few dollars. Girl, go to Rent a Friend. Yes, it's all kind of stuff out there. Now, let's talk about some investment vehicles, because this is the way that you're going to actually be able to grow your money. So now we talked about revenue streams, and so I'm not here to give you an entire lesson because we have that in my wealth roadmap. But I'm so glad that people are sharing things that they're doing in order to create multiple revenue streams. I know that Naomi Granger is a serial entrepreneur. She has I think you probably have maybe about 10 different revenue streams, I would imagine. But there are so many things that you can do online. And let me just tell you about my friend Naomi, just really quick. This girl can live anywhere. She lives in Las Vegas right now. She was just in Mexico last month. She's getting ready to go on a European tour, and she's working the entire time. Her and I were working on some projects together, and she's all over the world because she does everything online. She's an accountant, super smart, went to school, is a CPA, quit her job, and guess what she's doing? She's traveling all over the world and still working and making a ton of money. You can do it. There's so many different ways. You do not have to be bound by an employer. I just want to make sure that you understand that you do not have to be bound by an employer, okay? So now let's talk, now you know about the different revenue streams. And again, we have this information. It will be coming out soon on mywealthroadmap.com, and we're actually going to be digging a lot deeper. This here is just surface information that I just want to kind of just pique your interest, let you know about the opportunities out there, but then the training around how to get started in them is going to be on mywealthroadmap.com, okay? So let's talk about some investment vehicles. Fundrise is a real estate investment platform where you can start investing as low as $500, and they have very diverse portfolios of things that you can invest in. So you can do some long-term investing, some short-term investing, all different types of things that you can do in order to start investing. And that's going to be, you can invest, like I said, with as low as $500. I mean, that's a great place to start, okay? And Charles Schwab, I have a Charles Schwab account. You can invest in stocks, bonds, securities, mutual funds, all those different things in Charles Schwab, okay? Ameritrade or E-Trade, I invest in stock. So I do day trading, and I mentioned day trading, and I also do, my son, he invests in different types of stocks. He researches stocks, and I set him up about a year ago. He's made $5,000 within a year of investing in stock, and you can do it. And I started him off with about $1,000, but you can start off with as low as $20, $40, $50, $100 investing, and you can start off with penny stock. The whole point is it's not hard. Download the application, download Ameritrade or E-Trade, start doing some research. Like I said, everything is online. You can understand what's going up. You can see the trends, and that's the beautiful thing that I love about Ameritrade is you can see the trends of what the stock is doing. You can have an idea. You can see when it's going when it goes low. What's going on with the Dow Jones and how everything interacts and everything affects everything. So definitely, you could start really low. Don't think it's going to be a quick return. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. When I do day trading, I can make anywhere between $200 to $2,000 in a day, depending on what type of trades I do. So that's also a good option for you. And again, I would research. In fact, I'm involved in about 3 or 4 day trading groups on Facebook. There are day traders out there, and they share their different trades, and not hard to get into at all. Okay. High yield CD accounts are no good, in my opinion. They yield you about 1% return on your investment. Like I remember back in the day, people used to say, get a CD, get a CD. These banks make more money in what they make on your money than what you make on the money. Okay, so if anything, I will put my money into some type of long-term vehicle, not, CDs, or you might as well have a checking or savings. You're not making any money. On a savings, you're probably making 0.01. On a CD, you're probably making 1%, 1.8%. It's nothing. Put your money in, open up an investment account, Charles Schwab. Start your 401k. 401k, you're making between 8 and 10% return on your investment. IRAs, you're making about a 10% return on your investment. If you're in California real estate, you're making 100%, 150% return on your investment. Okay, so those are the vehicles that I would look at investing my money in. But again, all of the information is out there, and my wealth roadmap, we're going to go a lot deeper in how to actually invest in these platforms, what other types of revenue streams that you can get that's going to help you with your own lifestyle. And then if you have any questions on any other ways that you can trim the fat, or if there's anything that you want to contribute to the discussion, I am happy to have you share. So I'm going to go to some questions, and because I see that there's quite a bit of questions on here. And if you have any questions, and again, please share this with your network, because this is good information for everybody. I mean, everybody needs to know all of these vehicles out here, different what I realize is, just because I know certain things, or just because you know certain things, it doesn't mean that everybody knows it. And even if this is elementary or simple to you, it doesn't mean that it's elementary or simple to somebody else. Okay, so this is great information if you have it, so you can share it with your friends, because I tell you what, I don't want to be the only person in my circle, in my network, in my life, on my friends list that is able to accumulate wealth. This is for everybody. Okay, it does not have to be the haves and the have-nots. there's enough abundance out there for all of us to have. So I just hope and I wish that you would share this to everybody that you know. Okay. So let me see if there's any questions. Turn off the cable. Thank you, Naomi. YouTube Live. Naomi, tell us about YouTube Live. Rosalind says she's only owed $650 on my car payment, and that's why you got good credit, because I read it, so I know all about it. Erica, I said Fiverr, Fiverr. Let me tell you about Fiverr. Fiverr is an awesome, awesome app, and I swear by it. So some of the things that I have on my page, in my business, you might think that I paid a graphic designer thousands of dollars to do, and I actually only paid $5 for it. They have some amazing graphic designers, and a lot of them are in India. You know, they only get paid like $20 a month. So, you know, this $5 that you're paying them to do the graphics is amazing for them, and they do excellent work. In fact, I just rebranded our business cards, and they're, you know, I paid somebody thousands of dollars. They may be watching. I paid somebody thousands of dollars to do our original business cards, and they were okay. I paid Fiverr, actually paid them $25 to rebrand them, and they blow them out the water. These guys from India. So I said Fiverr, Fiverr. Okay. YouTube University. I'm on YouTube, learn something new right now. Like I said, Naomi is a serial entrepreneur. My hubs created an awesome new kind of chess game. It's tough to know who to trust with help investing, patents, and marketing. Do you have a credible contact? Latoya, actually, I can get you a credible patent attorney. So if you need a patent attorney, I can certainly introduce you to one. But you are absolutely right. It is hard because sometimes when you have an idea, people can actually steal your ideas. So there's a lot of legwork that you can do online by starting the patent process, copywriting certain things to ensure that you're protected, but then to go through that last step in terms of actually patenting it, you need to actually get an attorney. And there are definitely some credible patent attorneys out there that can help you with that. Naomi, thank you for putting the site out there. What about bonds? I want to get some for my grandchildren. Bonds are actually good. I would say, again, you want to look at the long-term growth, Karen, for your bonds and your stock. Don't look at anything that's going to be short-term. There's no get-rich-quick scheme regarding stock, but yet day trading, it has been having pretty good returns on them. Now, like I said, it's kind of like gambling. You win some, you lose some, but it's the way that actually Warren Buffett actually makes a lot of his money. So what you're doing is, as far as day trading is concerned, so what we do is we look at different companies like eBay, like tech companies, retailers, all different types of companies. We'll look at them, and when they're getting ready to close out their financials, we look at what they've done throughout the year, and we'll say, okay, looks like their stocks are going to go up or they're going to go down, and we basically guess based upon what their historical data is, which direction they're going to go, and if we hit, then we make money. If we don't, then we lose money. But you can actually straddle that. So you can actually guess that they're going to go up and go down so that you can actually secure your position and you can make money either way. So it's an absolutely awesome way to generate some income. And you could do it. I've seen people do it with a couple $100s. And then I've seen some big dogs do it with a couple of $100,000s of dollars. So it's a great way to make a lot of money. And I think that's all of the questions that we have on here. So that is all that I have. Again, let's recap. So let's talk about cutting the fat. Let's talk about turning off your utilities, turning down your utilities, calling your cable companies to say, hey, what kind of deals and specials do you have right now? Call your gas and electric company. Try to get on some energy efficiency programs to cut the fat there, okay? Your car note, see if you can refinance that down and get the payment down, okay? But you got to have good credit. Contact your credit card companies to reduce the interest rate, okay? Then the multiple revenue streams. I just gave you about 25 different companies where you can earn extra money. And in fact, I was introduced to a company today And I'm not sure if I can say it on Facebook. It's called Melaleuca. I have not joined it, but a Facebook friend of mine, and she may be on this list, she joined it and she made $3,000 in less than a month without even working it. And so I just saw a YouTube of a teacher who was doing this program, and she just made like $21,000 in a month, and it was crazy. So that might be another revenue. I have to look more into it because I don't know anything about it, but it's called Melaleuca. And some of you guys may know about it, but I guess people are making a ton of money doing this. So I just introduced you to about 26, like I said, multiple revenue streams, and then the vehicles in order to invest to grow them: stocks, bonds, 401k, IRAs, no CDs, okay, savings accounts. I mean, they yield you low return. And then the other thing is, make sure you get all your money. Don't let Uncle Sam have a loan, or don't give Uncle Sam a loan on your income, and then only for you to get it back in the beginning of next year. Okay, that is your money. That is not no extra bonus money. Keep your money, and if it's an extra $200 or $300 every check, you put it into another vehicle that's going to grow your money. Okay. All right. That's all I have. If I don't have any more questions, Chris says, how can I hear this video again? As soon as I log off, it's going to be available for your viewing pleasure. Okay. What kind of credit score do you typically need to refinance your vehicle? All depends, Michelle. I was saying, you know, I've seen some in the 600s. I've seen some really good interest rates through credit unions. So I would say, you know, go to Credit Karma and just kind of see. They'll give you offers of who they think will refinance you based upon your score. But like I said, Golden One Credit Union, different credit unions have great rates. Like my rates are, in my vehicles are less than 1%. And I know, and I've seen people refinance their vehicles in the 600 credit scores. So it's not, you don't have to have like 700-800 credit score. The other thing is, you know, extending your credit term out. And I hesitate when I say that, because that extends that debt out, you know, and you're paying more interest in the long run. But if you could take that right now money and start investing it into something that's going to grow, then it'll far outweigh you know, the term or the extra interest that you're going to pay. So that's another thing that I recommend lightly, if you know what you're doing with the money that you're saving on that. Okay. What is your thought on Acorn, Stash, or Robinhood? Okay, hold on. I think those are excellent vehicles. I have not used any of those, and that's the reason why I hadn't mentioned it. But I've heard, I know some investors who actually use those vehicles, and I think they're great. I would actually have to do some more research on them, but I try to lower my interest rate on my credit card. They won't, because of balance. Is there a way around? No. I mean, the other thing that you could do on your credit card is you can get another credit card, or if you have another credit card, you could do a balance transfer onto that lower interest rate credit card, and then you know, just start using that one, and then you could pay more. So then you do the snowball effect, and how that works is you start paying the card that has a lower interest rate so that you can hit the higher principal, and that will cause you to pay it down a lot quicker. Okay, Rosalind? I think there was a couple of other ones that I missed. But I'm going to do some more research on Acorn, Stash, and Robinhood. Like I said, you're welcome, Rosalind. I use Charles Schwab. I use Ameritrade. I don't use E-Trade. I just like I like that vehicle a lot better. But I'll definitely do some more research on it, because I haven't used them, but I know investors who actually do. All right, so that's all I have for today. If you missed it, please get back on and listen to what I had to say, and please share it with your network. Again, we're going to have more information. It'll be more in depth in mywealthroadmap.com. All this information will be coming up. And then we have the Build Credit to Build Wealth program. That is a workbook and an online training for your credit. And then the other thing is we have the Keeping Score book, which is an Amazon bestseller. Pick up that book and get on track with your credit. I'll be at a lot of different events coming up over the next month. I'll be back on Fox 40 and on November 7th. I'll be on Fox 40 in December. I'm going to be featured in another magazine called Rolling Out coming up. And I'll be on, I'll be back in the Huffington Post coming up too. So I just did an interview for the Huffington Post, so that'll be cool. I'll be at Modesto Junior College next week. I'll be doing a presentation for some young girls next week. So I'll be all over the place teaching financial literacy to people who look just like you, who look like me, who look like your cousin. But that's my goal, is to share wealth building opportunities to people from all walks of life. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I do this. All right, take care, God bless, and thank you guys for joining me today. And please share with your networks. Thanks, bye.